Welcome back, guys. Dirk the Red Panda here with his first live stream. My goodness, I hope this is working out. Let me check my YouTube. Alright, I am live. Let me see if I hit the minus button for the OBS window if it'll still work. Alright, we are in business. Awesome. So yeah, this is gonna feel kinda weird just like doing this live. Like, you know, most of my other games it's like, yeah, I do it on the first take, but actually having people watch with me and stuff, it's just like, wow. It's really hard to like say much and really describe it. So let me, oh, here we go. We got the chats going up. I don't know how to get the chat on the side, but I have the chat up here next to me, like off screen, so I'm just gonna say hello, guys. Oh crap, I hit a T. Hello, guys. Alright, and so, yeah, basically what's been going on with the Hayseed night is that Sandra MJ, the creator of it, basically kind of did like a reboot of the game and basically changed the whole art style and everything. Got like a new voice actor for ADER, and yeah, it's gonna be a bit different. So yeah, I'm gonna probably restart the game instead just so I can like follow up on that. Plus, Chapter 3 isn't out yet, and I finished the first 2 chapters the last time I played this game. So I'm probably gonna tell people for my first 6 episodes to just watch episode 7 and go from there. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the reading. I said, let's get into the reading. Alright. Up to Chapter 2 and major aesthetic update. Yep, like I said. Shoot. The game seems to not be... Oh, it's a few seconds behind, so... Yeah, excuse the lag a little bit on it. Alright. So yeah, basically what I said, it's been rebooted and all that stuff. So, let's get into this. Oh, shoot, it's still a few seconds behind on the live stream. Alright. See where this is going. Alright, here we go. So, this is hard. Harder than I would have thought. Coming back, I mean. I've been walking for who knows how long. But here I am. So let's see how heirlooms changed in my absence. Hello, so good to see you. Oh man, I remember doing this for the first time and just butchering these names so hard. Dear God. And if any of you just saw like me trying to like sync this up my reading with the live stream stuff, it turns out that everything's being projected a few seconds later, so I just took a random few seconds to be like, why is it not synced up when really everything's synced up? So that is a side tangent. Let's get back into this. So, hurrah, so good to see you. The royal pathway, fancy as ever. People, tiny people. Gods, I still hate you all. I swear that if someone so much as looks at me twice, I'm leaving and not coming back. Or, just like the first time, back. Oh, good goodness. I'm gonna interact with the chat a little bit, why the hell not? Alright, pizza or steak? Steak. Specifically tri-tip. Like, that stuff's my favorite. Alright, so let's continue. For real. I swear to God, I have this conspiracy theory, like, based on the description of the game, this shouldn't work out, but I keep thinking that maybe the narrator is actually Gyoff. Just looking back on this, like, 10 years later going, what the hell did I get myself into? I really don't think it could be anybody else. Like, just the sarcasm in the narrator's voice is just fits Gyoff perfectly. Anyway. Seriously. Jeez, I hate when that happens. You get like 3 things like that and you just tangent in between everything. Yeah, sometimes I just choose the wrong times to just go off on my tangents. Alright. No? No looking at me? Really? How could you ignore this big hat? I swear to God it's Goff. And for anybody who doesn't know who Goff is, like, you'll figure out in like the start of this first chapter. Yeah, I played this in like episode 1 of this game series, so you can always look back at that for a reference. Oh shit. Do you even know who I am, you witless bunch of fopdoodles? Fine, whatever. I guess that it's been longer than I thought. Leave the whole fame and glory thing to the people who actually deserve to be mentioned. Like me. After all, I'm basically doing charity work here. There's no reason for me to come back. I should have just stayed out of Agazar forever. I should have learned not to care about the things they say about that dumbass at this point. But the things they've been saying about him are just crazy. The Knight of the Upper Field, that's how they call him now. And they sing dumb songs about all the awesome things he never did. Oh, look at this new art. Awesome. Dude. Battling monsters, serving whatever king or queen rules at the time, casting spells, loving dust, until morning comes, making foes vanish with a single scream. We got Gaff in the background here, ayy. And you know what? It's getting really hard to remember what's true and what's a lie. And that's scary. That's the single scariest thing that's ever happened to me. I like him too much to ignore this anymore, so I'm going home. I'm going to tell everyone what kind of idiot their dear knight is. Figuratively. In a book. Without my name. Goff. Sorry, just gotta keep shouting him out like that. Alright. I don't especially want to be lynched. Okay, Athena is asking, hey Dirk, do you think you can play Tusk's the Orc visual novel? I have never heard of it. I will look into it because, honestly, I'm not one to really go out of my way to find new novels. I love suggestions, so I'll definitely check that out and look into it. Alright, so... Oh wait, right. This was a letter. Can you read yet? If so, tell your mother I hate her. If not, I guess she'll just burn this letter for your inconvenience. Or for your convenience. Sorry. Wish me luck all the same. I have no idea how to start this. Alright, here we go, chapter 1. The Fickle Queen, or what better way to start a story than when things are about to go south? Oh, I thought this was gonna like just skip. Like, I think the last time I did this, it just like cut to the next page, next scene or whatever. And I didn't get time to read it, so. Yep, The Fickle Queen, or what better way to start a story than when things are about to go south? That is the story of my December month at school. Dear goodness.
ADER.
Here we go.
Hey lad.
Here we go.
Do we have to go through this every single fuck?
Ah, sweet. We got the voice actors back.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh no, I was about to say ADER. Jeez. Geoff is looking fine with that big hat. So yeah, this is one of the big style changes. It's supposed to look more cartoony, and yeah, we got animation cycles in there too. I don't think there was blinking last time. So, hella awesome. Shout out to Sandra.
A beast! I saw a beast!
Way to call me an eyesore.
Oof.
I'm telling you, I saw a beast.
Right.
Oh, poor ADER. Just one of the big changes too is ADER went from I'm this big buff guy flexing on people to he's got these thick arms. Yeah, like at first too, I thought, oh, it's just eye candy for the last version of it, and this definitely does ADER more justice for his character type. So loving that.
Look, I'm not drunk enough for this, so good.
This ain't no time to sleep. The beast may be gone, but the Machador is still out there.
Oh goodness, I'm loving too how ADER's more. I would say South, but it's more. Supposed to be more country, more of a rural type of voice. That's what Sandra said on Twitter, and yeah, that definitely seems to fit ADER.
The forest out there has come to find me.
Can you stop screaming like an idiot and use your brain for a second?
I knew they'd get to the city one day. We gotta tell everyone.
As usual, never fails with the animation cycles.
There are no damn trees around you,
Oh,
dimwit!
Jesus. I think that's new. Alright, so a long shush followed right after, or that's what we'll go with since the words their dear neighbors used were too colorful to be reproduced.
Oh, then what did you holler for, Mr. Bard? The sun ain't up yet. If you don't quit your whining, we're gonna get a beating.
Says you, the buck who hath been delighting mine ears with his pitiful wailing all night long.
Say what?
You've been talking in your sleep again.
Oof. Alright, first choice. Not my fault, but the beast, or sorry. So, do you guys want to bring some suggestions to this? You want to vote on this? Because last time I did but the beast, and I don't know. Want to see what you guys want this time. So yeah, putting it up to you. Not my fault, but the beast, or sorry. Alright. So no votes so far, but sometimes you gotta take this into your own hands and say, but the beast.
That was no dream, all right. Saw the thing with my own with my one eye. Got its face right in front of mine, and it was looking at me like it wanted to eat me.
Are you sure that wasn't Dana?
Oof.
Say what?
I mean, she can be very aggressive. I wouldn't be too surprised if one night...
You think Boss is trying to eat me?
She will curb stomp your ass, though. Let's just say that.
O fairest in the kingdom, what hast thou seen in this dull head?
Wait. Fair?
Oh my god. This expression kind of reminds me of, what was it? There's something familiar, like, there's another thing that's close to it, but I don't think this reminds me of it. But like that one Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meme where it's like the one turtle is like his mouth is like super wide open or whatever. It's like freaking creepy as hell. I swear I've seen that like same mouth open like expression somewhere else. All right.
Fair? Oh, 3.
Don't.
The fire!
I swear to bite that kid. If you keep screaming, I'm going to kill you.
Not if they get to me first!
Yeet. Alright, so, and Adder's heavy hooves stomped the ground with the force of a stampede as he sprinted away, making Gyoff regret every decision that led him to suffering this torment.
Glad we sorted that out.
Alright. Wide awake now and running as fast as his clumsy hooves would let him, Adder set off to the bazaar. A whole year had come and gone since he'd first set foot on the streets of Slander District, the most infamous slums of the capital. A place so heinous that walking there alone at night was considered a suicide attempt. A place where you were in your right to keep a house if you could outlast its previous owner. Where he'd once felt like a poor fawn fearing for his life, now he felt like a poor deer fearing for his life. But at least he actually knew his way around after such a long time avoiding brigands. He had no time to spare worrying about trivial matters such as being robbed or stabbed, for he knew fully well that he was to meet his destiny.
The patron's gonna skin me alive!
A destiny which most likely didn't really include being flayed by his dearest employer. Though we can't rule out the possibility of his direct superior whacking him in the head for oversleeping on such an important date.
What if she hates me now? Then the patron won't have no problem kicking me out. He'll kick me out and keep my skin as a payment.
Actually, it sounds like a much better delivery with this voice.
Nah, that's dumb. But he'll kill me anyway. Oh, crap.
Yeah, this voice actor is doing a pretty good job with Adder. Alright, so immersed was he in these fatalistic thoughts invading his head that his brain, which was, by all accounts, mostly made up of sawdust, didn't pay any mind to the path his hoofs were following. Sorry. Just checking on something. And so, as is to be expected from someone not heeding to the wise advice, look where you're going, he soon met the first obstacle in his way to the plaza. A wall.
Oh dear.
In any other place, that soft chuckle would have meant that Adder wouldn't have the benefit of living with his failures alone. In the slums, it could mean that he wouldn't have the benefit of living at all.
That was almost impressive.
Oof.
I truly thought that you were going to run straight through that wall for a moment.
The voice got closer by the second, followed by a strangely harmonic tinkling. A melody that danced in his ears and paralyzed his mind, rendering him frozen in the spot at the thought of an incoming murderous lady. Adder shut his one remaining eye and held his breath deeply, knowing that it would be the last. Not dead yet. Still not dead. How come he was still alive? That's just rude. between his blurry sight and the obfuscating darkness, Adder could barely tell apart the silhouette standing right in front of him. He should have ran. He should have screamed and begged for his life, but instead, he hesitated long enough for a few stray sun rays to wander among the rundown houses, finally casting light upon his foe.
Whoa!
Oof. The classic animation. So.
For your information, everyone already thinks that Rose are thick-skulled. We don't need another martyr for the cause.
Oof. And there we go. That's... should I say her name yet? The guy already shouted out Gyoff before he got on screen. Moving on. Anyway, Adder's absolute lack of reaction made her mocking smile falter. To be fair, he had indeed left a sizable hole on the wall he just crashed against, but that was hardly the cause for his sudden drop in mental speed.
Are you okay?
Aww. Adder nodded, though he hadn't really heard the question. Sensing this, the mysterious lass extended a soft hand towards him in an amiable gesture. Alright, so I'm not gonna spoil the character's name, but this character has definitely changed the most, I think, between most of the characters being revamped. Like, before, it was a very, very humanoid looking head, and I don't know, it was just, it was one of the ones I thought was the most off, per se, between the characters in this world. But here it feels better for the character. Like, it feels more natural, and it goes with the whole style of everybody else here. Alright, so moving on. Take her hand or play it cool. We ain't cool. We are not cool. We're gonna take her hand. Or, wait, was that the right decision?
What are those?
Oh my god. I had to do it to him. I had to pull that joke. Come on, can't make fun of my big, meaty claws.
I know they're short. Please don't stare.
What kind of nonsense is that? I'd never seen hands like those before.
My hands? You like my hands?
Were you born with them? How much weight can you lift? Can you use tools at all? Or wear a shirt? What's wrong with your neck? Is that a hood or a scarf? I love the pattern, by the way.
Oof, so judgmental. Ugh. Alright.
So?
I'm sorry, ma'am. What was the question?
Oof.
You? What are you supposed to be?
Oh! Well, I'm just your run-of-the-mill prairie buck, ma'am. Just, you know, my mom gave me shovels for hands and a gourd for a neck. They're better for work in the fields.
Oh, come on. I want the actual story.
Oof.
You want the boring bits? Okay. See, I used to be all big and strong. But then I come to the city and what do you know? Food ain't so easy to come by. I was so hungry that I'd even eat the rocks in the street. And I go to bed hungry one night, and another, and I keep on starving till I end up 2 meals short of turning into a walking pile of bones. Except for my hands. They just won't get. And they're for real heavy, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, this is definitely new dialogue. I'm loving this backstory to Adder. Alright, let me take a drink of water first. Gotta refresh that voice. As I'm chewing these rocks of ice. Alright, so moving on.
So, that's the gist of it. Want to hear about my neck, too? Or my name, at least?
The girl's eyes narrowed as she stared at Adder. He fixed his gaze on his hands, considering the strange path the conversation had taken.
So, what you are saying is that you used to be plump?
Oh shoot, Sandra's here. Hey Sandra. I thought you said you're gonna take a few days off from this game. Alright. So yeah, this is awesome. We got the actual creator of the game on my live stream. Didn't expect this for my first live stream. Now I'm blushing, like ADER.
Plump? Like fruit? Well, I used to eat a bunch of fruit before I came down here last year, yeah.
Last year? Wait, how many eyes did you have then?
Oof.
How many? 5, I think, but I lost the other 4.
Oh my god. That sounds like such a hillbilly type of thing to say. I love it.
Just the one, man.
I knew it. You've changed a lot, but it's you. You're that loudmouthed one-eyed chub.
Say what?
It's me. Don't tell me you've forgotten me.
Kyoff had warned ADER multiple times about the dangers of the "it's me" scams, but he was pretty tempted to fall into this one.
Ma'am! I don't know what you're selling, but I ain't gonna buy it.
Exactly. Teach them while they're young.
Come on. Don't you remember that night on the bridge under Hirub's statue? With the guards laughing at you?
Well,
You didn't hit your head that hard, did you?
I bet those guards had one haystack of a night laughing at some poor buck, but I'm pretty darn sure that wasn't me. I'd remember you. Trust me.
It was a pretty long time ago, but... Wait, I know.
she bit her lip just long enough to make ADER lose his need to understand the situation anymore.
Come closer.
Ooh. I see. Who, me? Almost asked the deer, yet there was no one else hiding in the midst of dawn.
I said come closer.
All right then, here I come.
That's it? Come on, don't make me walk over there.
Oof, I'm feeling that tension. Slow. Oh. Aw.
That's close enough.
How cute. She slipped right under ADER's arm, uninvited, but not unwelcomed.
Now, if you could get on your knees, You know what? Maybe you should see a doctor after all.
Shoot, ADER overload. He's broken.
Jasif, there you are!
Alright. So yes, her name is Jasif. I tried to keep this a secret before because I thought it was going to be revealed much later. But now I remember, yeah, it got revealed in chapter 1 again.
Ugh, give me a break.
In less than a blink, her smile was back on her face as she turned to face the voice in the distance. Ugh, sorry. It was some other doe in similarly fashioned clothing, hurriedly stomping her way towards Jasif, apparently. Oh yeah, and they redid pretty much every character, including Jasif's friend here. I think it's an upgrade.
You called?
We've been looking everywhere for you!
And so you found me. Congratulations. Now, if you don't mind...
Miss Rochelle's had us searching for hours. She wants you back immediately.
Well, I'm kind of busy, so... Would you be so kind to go tell her to find someone else to bother while I catch up with my friend here?
The fair's about to start. Head back already or you'll get us all in trouble.
The red-haired girl stood completely still. She held her breath for an instant.
I'm sorry. Was that an order?
What? Miss Rochelle said.
Oh shoot, they gave her a description. Some wench. Delightful.
Say, do you know what happened to the last wench who had the gall to order me around?
Snap. Alright, Jesse's smile was still plastered on her face, but her eyes had narrowed down to a squint, sharpening her long eyelashes even further.
I don't
Care to find out?
The doe looking for her stammered, color drained from her mane. Wait, what? The doe looking for her stammered... Oh, the doe looking for her stammered, color drained from her mane. Yeah? Shoot, I can't believe I don't know how to pronounce this. Alright. Don't have to, like, interrupt this just to figure out how to pronounce it. So after a few tense seconds, a pleased smile spread across Jessif's face.
Come now, honey. Don't make that face. I'm just joking here. I've got too much going on as it is to begin picking fights with my sisters. Don't you think?
right.
Alright, just gonna check to see how much this lags behind. Okay, so it's at least 2 lines behind. Alright. And besides that interruption, let's move on.
Then that's settled. Let's go.
Jessif whipped her braid as she turned around sharply, making the choir of bells that hung from her hips announce her leave. ADER had barely just a second to register what happened. He could swear something had moved in a corner, but he couldn't care less. The finest lass he'd lain eyes upon in his whole life was about to disappear, and she seemed to have forgotten all about him. Facing the prospect of never seeing her again, he tried at the very least to catch up to introduce himself formally.
Wait,
Yes?
But as ADER was about to speak, he had the same feeling of missing something. And so as his gaze drifted, following her back once more, he noticed something else moving behind her derriere. Something long, like a whip, ending on a red tuft of fur. Something that most definitely didn't look like a cervine tail. Confused, his eyes quickly traveled from the zone where her back lost its name to the top of her head. Praying. Wishing. Desperately hoping that he wouldn't find what he found sprouting from the top of her red head. Horns. Coiled, black, Baron horns. Longer than his own rack. Alright, so moving on. ADER had to hold back a yelp. He'd been so distracted by the rest of her features that... No way. I wasn't looking at her, ADER yelled internally. Beads of sweat began falling from his temples as his face became even more flustered. There's no way I... But as if meaning to aggravate his inner turmoil, Jessif smiled one last time with a mischievous glint in her eyes. Alright, so but as if meaning to aggravate his inner turmoil, Jessif smiled one last time with a mischievous glint in her eyes.
Don't worry. I'll see you around. Handsome.
Alright. ADER was so many things. He was goofy, he was loud, he had a smile that could light up a whole town, he was gigantic, and yet, if there was something that he'd never call himself, it was no doubt handsome. After all, a buck's worth may as well be as large as his horns are, and his were, well, tiny, almost childlike. So that offhanded compliment, that mere insinuation that someone found him actually good-looking made his heart flutter. And by flutter, I mean, may as well have burst out of his chest right then. Yep, ADER broken. So, for just 1 second, he forgot that the lady in front of him was horned. For a moment, he forgot all the things he'd heard about gazelles. His face turned red, his jaw came loose, but had he been able to articulate, he'd have found he'd completely forgotten the ability to talk. He still knew how to do one thing, though. Yep. Just like Echo, the one decision. Screams of endless suffering. Oh, don't take it that hard, ADER. This time, his shame was stronger than the wall. The sun was already up in the sky by the time ADER managed to remember that he was supposed to go to the bazaar.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to arrive so late. Please don't kill me.
But lo and behold, there was no one around.
Ha! What do you know? First again. I'm gonna have to ask for a raise at this rate. Oh, hold up. Now ain't the time for that. Andy can get here at any...
No way. Oh my god, they just... The way they introduced this character. This is looking good.
Gotcha. You're gonna end up giving someone a heart attack if you don't quit sneaking up on people like that, you know.
And one of the most feared characters in this entire story.
Right. Don't you think for a second I forgot I was supposed to prepare the stall. No, ma'am. But, you know, days are getting longer and it's harder to sleep at night and the streets are real crowded and...
Oh boy. Alright, so I'm reading Sandra's comment here. Oh, that's so sweet. Can't stay away from the game. That is true passion for a game. Honestly, I'm gonna reply. It's great to hear. Alright. Typing with one hand since hence the reason I'm typing so slow. Alright, back to the game. Ana's silent glare told him that she didn't believe in a single word, but she didn't care enough to pry either.
Hey now! Quit giving me that look, missy. You got here late,
Oh,
too.
Jesus. Look at the eyes. Jeez. I'm assuming that's just for anger, but wow. They are making her a lot more intimidating the more they update this game. She pointed at her hair. It was dripping drops of green water. Oh, back to normal. Cool.
And how is it my fault that you were busy dyeing your hair?
Leaving him with that perfectly valid question unanswered, She walked back to pick up a big bag she'd left a few steps away. She lifted it up with a single hand and then headed towards the stall, closely followed by ADER. It was about time they had began walking. Or working. Jeez, I'm having a stroke. Sorry. A sudden thought popped up in ADER's mind as he helped her set up the carpet.
So, how come the patron ain't here? It just gonna be the two of us today?
Oh. I love the new variety of expressions Ana has.
You won't tell your pa I got here late, right, boss?
Oh, I can't wait to see the merchants in this new style. Oh, she punched his arm with such strength that she almost made him fall sideways.
Ow! What did I... Oh, tail. Sorry, boss.
This little reminder that that was a sensitive issue effectively killed the conversation. People from all over Irlum began congregating in the bazaar, turning the walled plaza into a sea of... What did I just do? People from all over Irlum began congregating in the bazaar, turning the walled plaza into a sea of spice, trinkets, and deer. The currents of that sea were still difficult to understand for ADER, who often found himself pushed to the ground in the busiest hours. Today would be especially lively. It was the beginning of Dawnsoon season, and so the festive Icane had to make sure to bid a proper farewell to the rain clouds so they'd be back again by the end of it. A pleasant change from ADER's usual day-to-day, working in Ana's forge under the continuous risk of suffering a heat stroke or third-degree burns. Or that's what he thought at first.
Welcome, welcome! We got the best prices in town!
Aw.
Come on and see what goods we offer!
Hey, that's my man. ADER the businessman. If somebody can, please draw that. Just ADER in a business suit and stuff. Just or something like that. Just imagine him just trying to be a salesman or some crap and just failing horribly. Like he just has some like heart attack or something like that. Just like starts freaking the hell out. Alright, sorry. So there was no reaction whatsoever to this incessant yelling. Other than Ana snickering at him for trying so hard, that is. Once again, more and more threatening with the updates. Dear God, those teeth.
Sure must be fun watching me break my back so your dad won't yell at us.
So a hillbilly deer in Egypt, yes. Yes, we got a hillbilly deer. Summed up perfectly. Can't describe it any other way. With a long sigh, Ana sat up and cast a tired glance over the carpet. She reached out and grabbed a small shiny dagger. After checking its sharpness against her gloves, she began stabbing the air as possible customers approached the stall, attempting to showcase its intended use. ADER quickly put his hands over her shoulders, discreetly bringing her arms down.
You know what? Nah, take that back. There ain't no deer in the world that works harder than Ana of the test. There just ain't. A hard worker like you deserves a good rest every once in a while, so just let me take care of this, boss.
He did his best attempt at a natural smile. Ana, who couldn't care less about any of this, simply shrugged and sat back, still wielding the knife. she let her hand fall on one of the stones that paved the bazaar and effortlessly tore it from the ground, deciding that it'd serve better as a sharpening tool.
You do you.
Oh shoot, the audio cut out. That's awkward. Oh, basically drawing inspiration from AI or Al-Andalus. Oh, sorry, I can't believe I said AI. Look at me go. So basically drawing inspiration from Al-Andalus. I'm an amateur researcher. And I'm not a researcher at all. I should probably look this up, but that's really cool to hear. Alright, so the hours passed by slowly and painfully, for they were completely ignored by any passerby. Well, actually, avoided rather than ignored. It was no surprise. The merchant ADER's patron and his mute daughter were two of the most despised people in the city. In spite of the incredible variety of antiques and smithery that the merchant had for sale, no one ever bought a single thing. And there were plenty of reasons for that. Even ADER had some serious doubts about working for an old barhan whose fur was redder than blood and an albino smith that insisted on dyeing her hair green. The fact that they worked independently from Arlem's trader guild probably had something to do with it too. In any case, it was well after noon, and they hadn't done anything but sit around the whole day. ADER pressed his lips together and began drumming his fingers against the floor. He looked askance? I think that's... Yeah, he looked askance at Aina, hoping his subtle call for attention had stirred her curiosity, but there was no answer. He'd have to be the one to actually break the silence as usual.
So, hey, Aina. I bet you're still wondering just what in the world could make a hard-working buck like this one get here so late this morning.
Aina stopped hitting the rock with the blade. She barely moved her eyes towards ADER.
Well, buckle up, because there's a whole story there. This got to stay between you and I. But, this morning
I saw a beast, I ran through a wall, or I saw a gazelle. Alright guys, let's have a vote here. Which one should I choose? Beast, wall, or gazelle? Three. Okay, one vote for gazelle. You know which one I want. Oh crap. Do I? Oh boy. I'm so nervous I'm gonna pick the wrong one now. I feel so like... I feel dumber than ADER right now. Shoot. I feel like it's gazelle. Like, I feel that's like what Sandra would want. But I could totally be wrong. And totally be blind to it. So we got 2 votes for gazelle. And Sandra's vote. Anybody else want to vote? We got 6 of you on here and we got 3 votes. Oh, sweet. Got it. I feel dumb for asking, but hey. I guess I can read Sandra's mind. Alright, so 3 votes for gazelle. I think I may have chosen a wall last time. Like, I don't know what I picked last time, but it was something similar. So if nobody else wants to vote, or everybody else is done voting, we are going to go with gazelle.
I saw a gazelle, but not any gazelle. No, ma'am. She was the fanciest gazelle girl I've ever seen. And there she was in the slums, strutting her hip-shaped, earthquake, heart-melting butt.
Oh my god. This is such a good reading of it. Ana's inquisitive gaze suddenly made Adder very conscious of his own words and thoughts. Adder was most certainly not used to having her pay attention to him when he spoke. Okay, actually I think I did choose this last time, but maybe a different description.
Butt ugly face!
Oh.
So I just ran away because she was so awful. Ugh, yuck. Yeah.
Nope, it's the same description. As classic Adder would say. Adder could feel how Ana's lilac eyes stared at his very soul, piercing a hole with a question that she meant to ask. Why? It was such an intense look that he felt flustered. I agree with you, 111. With her usual silent demeanor, Ana brought her two gloved hands in front of her face. Oh, that's a new expression. She balled them both into a fist, raising just her index fingers. Then she lifted them until they rested on her forehead like tiny horns.
Horns?
With a quick motion, she took her horns in her mouth, biting them.
I ain't no gosh darn freaking horn eater, Kay! I like does!
Oh, hey, I can't believe I keep butchering your name. Hi, Tushman. Got that right? Nailed it, maybe? But yeah, I saw your post today, the Christmas one. That's awesome. Alright, so... this is the equivalent of no homo in this world. And I understand that feeling with a team of 20-something guys I play volleyball with. And they're all straight. And it's like everybody has the stereotype, volleyball players are gay. And it's like, not the ones I'm around. It's so weird. Alright, the best way to define Ana's smile at this precise moment would be terrifyingly mean. While her bad temper was known and feared among the other merchants, it was unusual for her to be so acidic, especially towards Adder. Our dear boy couldn't help but notice this change, and he wasn't going to keep it to himself, of course.
You're acting real ugly, boss.
The smile on her face vanished, replaced instead by a grimace. Oh, I remember this. This is the second episode thumbnail. Interesting. In response to this affirmation, Ana merely shifted her gaze back to the blade and resumed her task, pretending she hadn't heard him. But if Adder was known for one thing, it was his incessant need to stick his nose in everyone's business. What's wrong? Are you scared? I'll put this up to you guys to vote, but I feel like the first choice is a bit more tactful. Oh, that's so cool. You're gonna animate this scene, Sandra? That'd actually look really cool. Like, the one thing I noticed that's pretty different too is Ana's a bit more angry here than I think the last time I saw this scene. She was more like despondent, I think, like based on her eyes expression. Oh boy. I chose the wrong one last time. Now I think I know what I'm gonna choose. Alright, so I'm going to override Athena's vote. Sorry, Athena, but I'm going to go different because I think I chose what's wrong last time. I'm going to go this time with, are you scared?
You scared or something, boss?
A wrinkle formed over her nose and she focused on keeping calm. Adder quickly understood what was irking her.
Now, I ain't dumb enough just yet to go asking you to explain. Just promise me that you're gonna let me know if it's too much for you, okay? One nod, ma'am.
Hey, got it. Alright. It's great to know when I'm going through these decisions that the game's creator is by my side for this right now. That is something most gamers don't get while they're playing their game. She looked up, pointing at different parts of the crowd with her snout. Then she shrugged, trying to hide under the shade of their stall.
Well, of course it's crowded. It's a friggin' fair. Just what in the name of hats was the patron thinking, leaving y'all alone in the stall?
Anna only seemed to become even more conflicted as he said this.
Sorry, I didn't mean... Look, boss, your pa must have thought the same thing I think. That you're the strongest and the coolest, and you can do this if you wanna.
Oh, Adder. That sheer naivety. I am the spirit of past Let's Plays. Woo! I could see Anna being the Grinch, if we're going with Christmas-themed things. Like, I low-key think she would just try and ruin Christmas for people. That's the type of person I'd see her as. Alright.
And you ain't alone anyway. No, ma'am. Adderson, son of Gerfaz of the upper fields right here for you. All day, every day. Now, come on. How many hugs do the patroness need to feel better?
Aw. Oh, she's blushing. Adder opened his arms wide, looking for a hug. Instead, he found the tip of the dagger inches away from his big snout. Oh dear God, that just scared me reading. You know it's a good reading. It's a good line when you get scared just reading it.
Well, someone don't like to hug in public. I know that now. Got it? Yep. I swear on my one good eye that I ain't gonna forget it for the rest of my life. So, please, ma'am, let me live a little longer.
Oh boy. Anna looked confused for a moment. She dropped the knife in a hurry as soon as she realized that she was still wielding it. Oh boy. Oh, look how cute! Oh, she's got a little tongue out. Never seen these types of expressions with Anna before. Clearly flustered, she tried to sign some kind of apology, which in turn led Adder to apologize as well, which conversely made Anna attempt some sort of embrace as a compensation. So in the end, they just shook each other's arms awkwardly and called it a day. Aww. Ah, you guys are such dorks. Love it.
Oh, just kiss already.
Illigrab, you're back. Yes, love Illigrab. Here we go. Here we go. Adder and Anna immediately jumped away from each other, doing their best attempt at looking half professional. A thunderous laugh resonated over the ruckus of the bazaar.
Illigrab?
It's respectable Illigrab und Hollows to you, boy.
Milady? I can just see him doing that with his... I'm trying to see if there are horns on that hat, but like his hat helmet thing, I can just see him doing that for some reason. But Illigrab wouldn't be a nice guy, like... In the context of internet terms, Nice guy. Alright.
But please, don't hold back on my account. I'll just look the other way.
What?
The merchant's back, yes! I don't think he's changed at all, but it's okay. Looks good still. And so appeared the man that was so red, it would seem that he'd stolen all the color his daughter was lacking. Oof. Got him. Illigrub is a nice dad. Yep. Illigrub is everybody's parent.
Patron!
Ah, so he gets the respectful treatment and I don't. I see how it is.
What's that salacious doll cop doing to my daughter now?
Oh boy.
They're just strengthening their ties of friendship. Ah, or is this a budding love?
No, Illigrub, you're making it worse. Don't do this to us. Wait, was that a stick? The merchant shook his cane, hitting Illigrub's twiggy leg with a loud thunk. The tree man just wiggled his mustache in response.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold up. We weren't doing anything, Patron. That's the problem, you cumberground! You lighter sack! You!
Oh shoot, I'm not sure if you guys hear it, but there's somebody outside, like, doing gardening outside in their yard, like next door, so I hear something, not a lawnmower, oh, leaf blower, Jesus, what? How am I this bad at names today? Yeah, there's a leaf blower going on, like, next door, so I hear that going on, and you might hear it. A coughing fit saved ADER from his old-timey insults, which he could barely comprehend. Once he recovered, the merchant put his bearded face next to ADER's, resting the tip of his cane on ADER's chest. He opened his toothless mouth slowly, his breath reeking more like bleach than liquor.
You haven't sold a single thing, have you?
Oof, and it's getting pissy.
Now, that's hardly their fault, Red.
Oof. Throw some shade, Illigrub. Throw that shade.
I'm sure this Yeltsin was just frolicking with my daughter as usual!
She's old enough to frolic as she pleases.
She hasn't even come of age yet!
Oh, shoot. Are you 18? Alright, fun fact. I drew the merchant in 30 minutes a year and a half ago. Wow. He still holds up to this day somehow. My goodness. I gotta say that's awesome. Like, I can't see the merchant looking like anything else. Like, it's just... It's so weird to think that you did that in 30 minutes. I have nothing else to say than, like, just good job. Like, I just keep patting you on the back right now and giving you gold stars for this. Sorry. No, but that's seriously awesome. That's really cool to hear.
Of course she hasn't. There's no way for her to pass that right.
Oh, shoot.
Of course there is! She just needs to open her mouth and stop being an idiot!
Oh, shit. Oh, shoot. Those are some fighting words, to say the least.
The only idiot here is the one talking, Patron. Ana's just mute.
Seriously, let her be. Let her be.
I wish that rub off on you!
Oof. It's because I procrastinate. I get that same feeling. It's like I have some characters like I want to have my own visual novel, but I've just been like so lazy at creating it. But there's this one character like that where I just like drew them one night because I'm like, you know, it's I'm just want to draw a husky boyfriend or some crap like that. Drew this big husky character, and originally I was like, this ain't that great. And then I look at him and just go, this is a solid thing. Probably took me like 45 minutes to come up with him. He was like one color though, just all white. So, you know, creativity there. So yeah, to come up with an all red character. Sorry, where was I? This was a very bad tangent.
And maybe you'd learn to keep your mouth shut when adults are talking!
Anna's about to fight. Or at least, she looks like it. I don't think she will. She's got that stance.
But I did pass the coming of age right, sir.
Oh,
I got them
never
adult
mind.
horns and...
Shut up! Don't you have anything to say about this, insolent child? Ana?
She walked away while you two were arguing.
Then why didn't you say so sooner, you overgrown sapling?
She looked like she needed it.
This is all your fault! And yours!
He stabbed Adder's nose with the tip of his finger.
What did I do?
That stupid child's been acting up since you first arrived!
Don't blame the poor boy. She's always had an attitude, and you know it.
Don't blame the poor boy. He's got no family. He's easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Alright, let's go pass on the queen jokes.
I don't care! You two'd better go bugger off somewhere else. Or I swear to Arab that I'll hit you so hard that you'll be cropping out your teeth for a week!
Jesus Christ. Whoever does the merchant does a killer job at it. Both Adder and Illograb winced at that. Oh, never seen his
Now, hold
tail.
up, what?
Come on, Adder. Those two clearly want some alone time.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sorry. That was a horrible joke.
And he'll have plenty of that when I leave him tied to the pyre next time I find a mob outside the shop.
Illograb took Adder by the cape and lifted him off the ground as they walked away. Yes, the merchant needs a Snickers bar. We got 2 people watching at this moment, but the 2 people watching now are pretty solid viewers. Say the least. You guys are giving me some good stuff to talk about and work with. What? Same VI. Whoa. Travis does both of them? Oh my goodness. My goodness, they're great. Or, he's great. He's great at doing them. You know what I mean. Gotta see more of Travis's work. I forgot his, like, Twitter handle or whatever, like... Because I remember the first episode I looked it up, and then just... Not sure if I follow them, shoot, I need to check that. But yeah, gotta see more of his stuff. It didn't take long... It didn't take Illograb long to notice Adder's unusual reticence to speak.
Please, don't let Red's words affect you. He's, worse today. There's a storm coming from the west, and it's making us old people nervous.
Nah, the patron can preach and holler all he want. That don't bother me much. I mean, I don't cry anymore, at least.
Aw. I shed a tear.
What he said to Ana, though? Now that's going 2 paces past the league too far.
Yeah, definitely gotta support Anna on this. Your dad's just an
So
ass.
what if she can't swear the oath thing? The 3 won't get mad at her for being mute. And anyway, Ana don't gotta pass no right. It ain't like she's getting married any day soon, right?
She'll kill her husband if she marries somebody. Like, that's what I think. She's the type of person I wouldn't trust in a relationship. But I'd trust as a friend. No way I'd see Ana, like... I don't know. Ana is the person that's like, you don't trust yourself even. Like, it's kind of hard to
There,
trust Ana.
Got it all out of your system, boy?
You know what? All this stuff I'm saying means radish stew if I don't say it to her face. I gotta find her and make sure she's alright.
Illigrub didn't reply to the last affirmation. He placed Adder carefully on the ground and patted his cape to straighten it.
Well, in that case, I have to go back to keeping watch on the fair. So, this is where we say goodbye for today. Hey, I'll send someone to fetch you if I see her, okay?
No. Adder nodded resolutely. They waved goodbye to each other. And then the buck just stood there wondering where to start looking when the bazaar was half a league from gate to gate. Assuming she was still in the bazaar and all. Oh crap.
Finally! I thought that fluffy bastard was never leaving.
Alright, welcome back, Gyoff. Gyoff walked into the scene with a huge smile as the giant disappeared in the distance.
Afternoon, Mr. Bard.
Oh, lad, what a face.
Oh.
Well, see, it's a long...
Ah, not a word. Thy mien speaketh clearer than thy tongue doeth. You're hungry.
Sure. Have a Snickers.
Nah, I ain't in the mood to...
Well, I am. And I can't play a song when my stomach's growling a gazelle. Let's get some fried leaves.
Sorry, Bard. I ain't got time for any of that. I gotta go look for Aina. She just ran away angry as all get out, and I know darn well if I don't go check up on her, no one's gonna...
And
I thought my songs were monothematic.
I almost read Gyoff's line. Oh, that's a nice expression. Gyoff picked the strings of his ode one by one, deep in thought, while Adder just paced around. Oh shoot. Actually, the more I'm looking at Gyoff, the more he reminds me of a friend I have in real life. Like, it gets really weird too. And it's like, Gyoff's also shorter too, and same with this guy. This guy's like a couple inches shorter than me. I'm like, 5'10" or something, 5'9", as the doctor last said. I'm salty about that still. But yeah, no, honestly, Gyoff's look is at least an 8 for me. I love Gyoff's new look. More like an 8.5, maybe 9.
I know just the place to look.
All right. Gyoff expertly snuck through the clouds, moving with such ease that he seemed to be little more than a shadow. Adder did his best to keep up with him, though that was hardly an easy task when he was one head taller than most other deer. The place Gyoff was looking for wasn't in the plaza itself, surrounded by stalls and all their merchandise, but rather one of the many alleys that led to the bazaar. Even more tired gay? Ah, such a good style. I could totally see that though, like it's still slightly disheveled, and honestly, that is my look personally, the tired gay. Just, I rarely try to gel my hair, but yeah, most of the time it's just like I just let it fall or something, hence my red panda style there, where it's like the hair is down. Before, it's like you'd see my profile pic for this channel, it's like the hair is like spiked up, and I'll only do that when I really want to like try. But yeah, that's my go-to. Just the hair down like this. Currently is right now. Alright. Did I read this line? Shoot. I'm gonna read it again. The place Gyoff was looking for wasn't in the plaza itself, surrounded by stalls and all their merchandise, but rather on one of the many alleys that led to the bazaar. Oh, shoot. The crowd there was bustling with life as well, but not quite in the same manner. They were all rowdy deer, pushing and cheering. Wow. This is a new animation. A Karnme alley. Karnme alleys were always very different from the official sort. While killing was still very much frowned upon, there was no chivalry, no one set of rules. There is no way of knowing if the horns you were being gored with were hygienic. There were punches and kicks and all sorts of cheats. It was chaos. And for that and several other reasons, Anna was a huge fan of unofficial Karnme. Sadly, as much as ADER jumped and pushed and yelled, she wasn't anywhere to be found.
Alas, your fair maiden is in another alley.
Oh my god, I get the joke now. Oh my goodness, I get the reference. I want to say what it is, but I don't want to be saying the obvious. ADER cast a long glance over the improvised battlegrounds, attempting to find her one last time.
That's too bad. I need to kick some serious ass here.
She would kick a lot of people's asses. I'd be scared to be around her.
Good thing she's not allowed to fight.
Yeah, ain't no way they're gonna let it do.
A female deer.
A golem, ADER.
Oof. Gyoff cast a very serious look in his direction. This wasn't the first time they'd had this discussion, and it wouldn't be the last.
How many times do I gotta tell you? Aina is not a golem, okay? She's a doe. It's just she's
Basically, I think a golem is like, they're like, kind of like scarecrows or something like that. So my mic just cut out there. Sorry. I am pulling up my thing. It glitched a little. Sorry about that. Ah, shoot. It's glitching a little more now. Yeah. I just got a phone call from somebody, and shoot, now we got 6 people watching. I'm not sure if I want to end this now. Wait, Android's kind of... You can click the word now. Oh, I can actually click it. Oh, that's so cool. So, why is my mic not working? Testing, testing. Oh, can you hear me now? Let me check back. Oh, perfect. Ah, shoot, I'm a bit close there. Yeah, the thing is, when your phone is your microphone, when people call you, it automatically cuts off everything. So, like, I was going to say, I was expecting to do, like, some like work for a bit, and I was waiting for somebody to call me. Like, I told him like to call about like 15 minutes ago, and I forgot, oh, I was gonna do the stream as long as I could. Yeah, I didn't plan things out well, so they called me and then my phone went off. So yeah, that's what happened. I'm not sure how much longer I can do this for. I'm probably just gonna get through this scene and then end things there. So other than this will probably be it for the first episode. We went on for a good hour 15, 19 or whatever, so yeah. Not too long, but not too short either for our first episode. I'll try to get longer streams for the following.
I'll buy it.
Alright. And one thing I forgot to say was I was going to click this word to see what golem actually means. Yeah, lifelike puppets, created by Cephis during the Barhan Rebellion. Yeah, so basically what Gyoff is calling Aina is a puppet.
A bit of a weirdo.
Oh shoot, didn't expect that. Yeah, so that is a constant theme with Aina getting misinterpreted as that.
Weirdo. Right. Tell me, ADER dearest, how many albino toes can you name off the top of your head that can lift your heavy butt with just one hand?
Aina, now let's go. We gotta find her.
Alright.
Why do I even bother? Look at her. Golem or not, she's just a little cabbage head hiding in the crowds of this enormous city. She's damn good at hiding. And do you know why people hide? Uh-huh.
'Cause they don't want to be found.
Gyoff extended his arms towards him in a dramatic manner, remarking how correct he was.
You're not gonna find her. So why don't you go and use your thick skull for something useful? Like bringing us money so we can have dinner for once.
Oof. Gyoff pointed at the ring with his horns, and ADER knew better than to insist. With a heavy sigh, ADER nodded and began walking towards the ringmaster.
Ah, wait, there's just one more thing.
Alright, let me check if the mic is still working. Okay, good. Because the phone, like, detection for it isn't registering with it, but it's still working on my OBS. So, perfect.
Your bag of coins. You wouldn't want to lose what little we have to the hands of, say, some ill-intentioned crook, now would you?
Oof.
Better the evil you know, right?
Gyoff extended his hand a bit too keenly, waiting for ADER to find the purse he usually hid within his stash. But...
Whoa, Bard. You're really gonna bust a gut laughing.
Oh boy.
Don't tell me you lost it.
Oh boy.
Alrighty then.
Gyoff's scrawny body trembled like a branch about to snap off.
Just go. All right. See that sweaty blackhead over there with the glistening fur and a charming smile? That's your foe.
Alright. Okay, we're gonna get through this scene. Like, after this scene, we're gonna end it. Like, we can't just end it here before this.
I'll go place my bet now. Are you feeling like a winner, ladder?
Charming. Oh, hold up. You mean the guy with them sharpened horns?
Oh, crap.
Oh, darn, Bard. Your confidence in this poorly put together row is much appreciated, but as much as it hurts me, it does. I think I'd rather go to bed hungry today.
What?
Oh, crap.
What if it hits me in the face? I don't want to go from ADER the one-eyed to ADER the no-eyed.
Then do enlighten me, my boy, on how in the name of the Hatsa do you pretend to become a knight if you can't handle even a rack pointed at you? No wonder you can't even catch a hint, yellow piece of mangy venison. Sorry about that.
What are you mumbling there, Gyoff?
I said I'm going to walk you through this. So, oh, help me three if you mess up.
Hey, let this dough in. And a girl, you sure eat your veggies. But those sticks on your forehead, I can't fool anyone.
If he's serious, This is gonna be easier than I'd thought.
Oh, this is it. This is not the version where I get a battle system to work to either, so we're going to play pretend together and make sure you won. Yay. That's the one bummer. I was hoping to get the fighting scene in. So we're gonna end things.
I can't believe it! Still alive and kicking! Come on, show me the money, Bard! I want to bite every single coin!
I completely forgot to place the...
Oh, crap. Gaff covered his face with his hands, making some sort of unintelligible noise that can only be described as the very sound of anger. Oh, I can feel for this. Ah.
Hey, Big Ed, I want to learn some tips too. I'll buy you dinner.
Hey now, sir! You really think you're gonna steal my manager away, so...
Gaff shut out her snout with one hand. I would too. I feel, Sandra, I feel.
My dear boy, you sure gave it all today, so why don't you go and enjoy what's left of the fair? I have a gig in the tavern later. Money, yes. Don't expect me tonight.
We're broke. With that, Gaff hurriedly shooed a very confused adder away. Alright, so now I'm gonna have to end things because I have to run a few errands. Or work, basically. So, yeah, this was a very good first live stream. It went a lot smoother than I thought. So, other than that, like, that's all I got for today's episode of the Hayseed Night. Hopefully this saves, fingers crossed, because, you know, I'm trying to figure out how it saves and stuff too while I stream. So thanks guys for watching, and until next time, take care guys.